Yes, good afternoon. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Good afternoon to every single one of you. Is there a better man in the media? Is there a better manager for Tottenham Hotspur right now than Ange Postecoglou? Ange Postecoglou is quite simply the man. This guy just makes everyone fall in love with him. I've not seen a man come in and have this effect on a club, have this effect on the players, have this effect on the fans, this effect on the style of football, this effect with the media and the interviews that he gives. Ange Postecoglou is the man. And in a minute, we're going to look a bit deeper into the interview that he's just given on Talksport with Jim White and Simon Jordan. Also, in the next 10 minutes, we're going to be looking at the news that is starting to circulate around the internet. Not sure if it's true or not, that Sonny might be injured. Pictures of him with an ice pack around his knee, bandaging around his knee. Is it precautionary? Is he going to be out? What do Spurs do if he is out? Let's get into it in just a few seconds. Yes, good afternoon. Listen, there were many people that wanted Postecoglou. There were many people that didn't. I don't think that's the case anymore. I'm pretty much sure that we're all on the same page. Postecoglou seems to be the glue that has been missing from the Tottenham Hotspur structure, from the football club for a very long time. And he's gone and smashed it out of the park again today with his interview with Jim White and Simon Jordan on Talksport. Everything he says, you just buy into, you just believe, you feel as a fan that he is one of us. You feel as a fan that this man cares about the job and not his ego. You feel that this man, given time, and that's the important thing, given time, could really make this football club something to be proud of. Let's start by looking at the main highlights from his interview. And to do this, I am going to share my screen and I am going to look at some comments courtesy of the Spurs Express. So big up to the Spurs Express on Twitter. This is courtesy of the comments they put on their page. I could have used anyone, but they were the first ones that came to mind. Ange Postecoglou was asked about the challenge of being the Tottenham Hotspur boss. And we all know it's a challenge. We all know it. It's tough. Who would want the job, we always say. Then they leave and we go, who would want the job this time? Well, Ange has got it. And here's what he had to say. Try not to love this man after hearing this. The challenge is for me the same everywhere. To get the team to play a certain kind of football that gives its own fans and punters something to get excited about on a weekly basis and brings success to the club. Now, key things that you're hearing in that sentence already. It's about success, it's about style of play, and it's about the fans. What more can you want? You're talking about success, which is what is always aimed at us. We don't have success. Now, talking about success is easy, sure. But when you wrote that in with, it's about the fans, it's about us, the fans, being entertained. Yeah, it's about us, it's about our feelings. And now for the third fold that we're going to add into that. So you've got the fans, you've got success. On top of that, you've got, he wants to play good football. We've already witnessed it. He wants to play good football. He wants to continue to play good football. He believes in playing the right way. Now, we'll talk about this in a bit more detail. What success is to the club is going to be the issue, right? Because everybody has a different definition of what success means to Tottenham Hotspur. I think we all agree that the ultimate success is trophies, but we might agree as well that that might take a bit of time. So we'll talk about the relativity of success very shortly. He goes on to say, there's no other reason I do what I do. I want to bring success to this football club and play in a certain way. So he's reinforced what he's already said. That never changes. I'm uncompromising in that. I love that. This man is not going to flip-flop. He is uncompromising. Success for him is winning things. Now, this is what I find interesting. But it's not a desperation around just winning something, because I don't think that gets you a sustainable opportunity to be successful. The foundation is to just play the game a certain way, which I believe brings success, but also excites the punters. Now, what we're seeing a lot in these comments is positive confirmation. I've said it's about the football. I'm going to say it's about the football again a bit later in my statement. I've said it's about the fans. I'm going to say it's about the fans again. This is what we love. This is what we need to hear. Now, hearing it and seeing it are two different things, but we've been seeing it so far, and long may it continue. The important bit there for me is it's about, I think Postecoglou realises that can teams go and win a trophy? Yes. But does that guarantee sustainable winning? I mean, it does if you're Man City, but no one else is Man City other than Man City. So I think he's made a really good point there that sustainable opportunities to be successful are not easy to come by. But that he's talking about laying foundations to play a certain way. What is not to love, people? What is not to love? He's come in, he's not made it about him. He's made it about the fans. He's made it about the football. He's made it about the players. He's making players better that we didn't think could get better. Players, everyone has the players that they rated, players they didn't, players they had question marks against, but he's shutting us all up. Romero's looking great. Udogie looks great. Porro looks great all of a sudden. Basuma looks a world beater. Maddison looks great. Papa Sarr, who wasn't given a chance, looks great. He's got Sonny in the last game scoring goals through the middle. This guy, for me, is everything that is going to be good about Tottenham Hotspur moving forward. I didn't get that feeling with Jose, with Nuno, with Conte. It felt short-termism. It felt very short-term. It didn't feel like it was about putting forward a plan to progress. It felt very much like it was a short-term fix to satisfy the fan base in the short term, as opposed to this, which seems like it's very much a project. Now, what I will call upon at this stage is calm. Let's not get too excited if we win 3 or 4 games. Let's not get too despondent if we lose 2 or 3 games. You're going to have ups. You're going to have downs. You're going to get beaten in games. You're not going to go the whole season unbeaten. It very rarely happens. If it does, then this man deserves the freedom of England, of Tottenham. He should be our manager with an unlimited contract. But you're going to lose games. So stick with him through the highs, through the lows. This guy is everything the club needed, and I'm so happy that he is our manager. Off the back of that, what I will say, there's reports, we won't go too deep into this because at the moment there isn't anything too deep to go into. Pictures are circling the internet of Sonny after the game the other day for South Korea with a ice pack and bandaging around his knee. Now, of course, in this day and age, it could be absolutely nothing. They could have just taken precautions, maybe a bit of swelling, and it might go down. Or it could be an injury. Now, the question I'll ask you, and I'm going to leave this with you, because I don't want to go too deep into speculation about a player being injured because we've seen an ice pack on his knee. If he's injured, what's the front three? I suppose the big question is this. Does Sonny coming out, I'm not saying he is, by the way, I'm just hypothetical. If Sonny comes out the team through an injury, does that mean that Richarlison goes back in and gets yet another chance to try and shine and prove the doubters wrong, of which I am a doubter? I will mention that. Or does Brennan Johnson, the new £47 million signing from Nottingham Forest, come straight into the team and show what he can do? I'm going to leave you with those thoughts. The one thing I will say is thank you very much. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscribes. Please keep subscribing and please enjoy the videos. We'll be back tonight with Perchy TV and Strasbourg Steve as we look for an England versus Scotland watch along in a friendly. But let's be brutally honest, England versus Scotland, can it be a friendly? So we'll be back tonight at 7:30 for that. And other than that, have a good day and come on, you Spurs.